It is Tuesday, and we've got another Ask Me Anything from our video a couple weeks ago. And we're starting this show like we did Sunday with Baylor Wiggins. He had the question who my favorite pro sports teams were. He had this one right beneath it, so we thought we'd stagger him out a little bit. He says, if you had to root for a team other than Michigan, who would it be? Now, as many of you know, I live in Dallas, Texas. My son is 5, and he's kind of, I think the first game was this year's Ohio State-Michigan game that he really cared about a sporting event. Pro-Michigan, he was, very anti-Ohio State. But when we kind of play around and stuff, he always wants to, he's somebody, I'm somebody, whether we're playing catch or even wrestling, and he always wants to be Texas now because he lives in the state of Texas. So because I'm in Texas and because Michigan and Texas, I think the fan bases, the history, and some of the traditions, they feel similar, although a Michigan football game is spectacular to go to in person. Been to 2 Texas football games. They're kind of boring, to be frank. But having a son who's growing up in the state of Texas, I'm sure he'll be a Longhorn fan. And I guess other than Michigan, I would probably just say if no Michigan, if I couldn't be a fan of the Michigan Wolverines, I guess I would go over to the Texas Longhorns. Certainly wouldn't win as much as Michigan does with Texas. They win a national championship, whatever, it's been 17 years since Vince Young. Been a little while there. I guess it's been more than Michigan, but they haven't won a conference title in like 15 years at this point, has Texas. But if it can't be Michigan, if the Wolverines were not allowed to be rooted for by you, which college football team would you root for? I might have said Notre Dame at one point in my life, but after C.J. Carr last week, never again. I hope Notre Dame, I can't even get over the fact that C.J. Carr committed there. So let me know down in the comments. I'm going to pin this comment beneath the video. So this is the part of the video that you get with the YouTube ad break typically. Scroll down if you get that ad, and then let me know what college you would root for. Reply to the pinned comment. Scroll back up. Ad should be over. Believe it or not, here, folks, on June 14th, this is our 11th video of the month so far. More Michigan Football Report videos already in June than we put out in March, April, and May combined. So, I want to keep it rolling all through the summer, June, July, and August. Typically, college football, there's not that much to talk about sometimes in the offseason, but things are heating up a little bit lately with recruiting, with name, image, and likeness, with the quarterback battle. So I am going to keep it rolling. So if you haven't yet, folks, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button below the video, youtube.com/Michigan TV. And if you've been a long-time subscriber, one of the 20,000 strong Michigan Football Report subscribers, if you like the show and you know a Michigan football fan that's not subscribed, send them the link and just tell them to hit that subscribe button the next time they log into YouTube. But I want to make a deal with you guys. Every time, I said, hey, do you guys want a recruiting segment? I've asked you in the past, what kind of content do you want? If you're enjoying the uptick in content in June and you want me to keep it rolling this month and July and into August, clearly I'm going to do it during the season. Let's make a deal. Let's get 1,000 comments on this video. We had 1,000 comments. I will guarantee you I'll do 20 videos. I'll get to 20 this month, and I'll do that also in July and in August. So you can spam the comments as many times as you want. You can just type in "Go Blue," "Yoder, you're awesome," "James, this is the best show," "Yoder, who cut your hair? It's done so well." Whatever you want to say. I mean, I'm not saying those things I would say, but I've seen those in the comment before. Or hey, just Harbaugh rules, Ohio State sucks, beat Ohio State again. Whatever you want to say, go down the comments. Let's get to 1,000 comments. You can see right below the video. It tells you how many comments you're at. So if you're watching this in a day or so, if you're watching this on Wednesday and we're at like 800 comments, add 50 comments for me. I certainly would appreciate it. Chris Carroll comes in and he says, what do you think of a 13-game regular season with all the classic rivalry games played during the 10-game conference, followed by an 8-team playoff? No more all-star games or bowl, It's an interesting question. 13-game regular season, give you 10 conference games. But if you think about it, I don't know, it sounds okay. But in the era of college football, if you had 13-game regular season plus 8-game in conference, right, 13 plus for the conference championship game, there's 14. And then 8 down to 4, down to 2. To win a national championship, we're talking about 17 games, right? That's basically an NFL regular season at this point. I think that's probably too many. And you'd have all kinds of pushback from the blue check brigade who wants to complain about everything on Twitter that you're harming kids and you're taking advantage of them. So I think 12 where they're at is fine. I would support an expansion of the playoff, or an idea that has been thrown around out there too, have all conference championship games be semifinals, right? 4 teams make the conference championship. You have a semifinal conference championship game. I can get behind that. I don't think going to 13 regular season games for everybody, though, makes a ton of sense. I don't know if you will just add it just for the sake of adding it. All right, later on in the show, make sure you stick with us to the end of the show. Some viewer poised a funny Ask Me Anything question, and it's a wild question. I'm thinking of a wild answer for it now. I don't know if the producers, they said, we got to put this in the show. It's a funny question, and you said, James, all the Ask Me Anythings will get on the show throughout the month of June, so I'm going to ask it. So stick around with us. It's a wild one, and if you've got kids listening by, or if you're someone who doesn't like to hear innuendos or maybe any swear words or things like that, stop watching now, because we're going to get a little vulgar here later in the show. Coming up on Thursday of next week, so 9 days from now, June 23rd, Chat Sports, our main channel here at the company, will broadcast the entire 2022 NBA Draft, June 23rd, next Thursday. It gets going around 7:30 is when the kind of picks will start getting rolling. We'll be live an hour before that, around 6:30, maybe even 6 o'clock Eastern time. NBA Draft live from Chat Sports. We have had the most viewers, I don't even remember the numbers, like 800,000 viewers, 600,000 viewers the last 3 years on that stream. Had 50,000 concurrent watching in last year's NBA Draft. So join us. It's fun. We've got the Liddy Cam this year. We're going to have about 10, 15 people going in and out, doing funny things, drinking some beer, shotgunning, whatever you guys, the audience, want. I'm going to put the link down to the channel in the comments and description, but you see right there. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv, or just go into the YouTube search bar and type in Chat Sports. David asked this question. We've got a couple back-to-back questions, so I'll read David's, and then we'll go to the next one from a guy named Certified Clapaholic. So David says, "Why do you think Josh Gattis, misspelled, left last year, and what do you think will be substantially different about this year's offense with the new co-coordinators at the helm?" Similar Gattis question. My opinion is that this Certified Clapaholic, he actually replied to that first one, but it's very similar. Take another opinion on this. His opinion was the war is welcome and realized he needed a new place to run his offense. A lot of rumors, as he said there, I won't read the entire thing, is Harbaugh flirting with the NFL, Gattis, the rumors that he wasn't going to be under consideration for the head coach, and the pullback of the speed and space mantra that didn't work at all in 2019 and 2020, which rightfully kind of was pulled back. Jim Harbaugh seemed to be the real offensive coordinator in 2021. I don't think he enjoyed calling plays in that kind of offense. I think that a couple things. Let me address the first question from David. What do you think we knew about this year's offense? I think Michigan's going to throw the ball a little bit more, and I bet they'll have a little bit more of an aggressive downfield passing game, right? Most of the downfield passing game came off of, if you remember, a lot of flea flickers. Michigan ran like 7 or 8 different flea flickers. They all running back, tossing back to the quarterback, or remember the Ohio State game in particular. Yeah, A.J. Henning or Mike Sanderson kind of comes in the jet sweep, doesn't get the ball, but goes out, with a linebacker on him and gets the ball that way. So I think Michigan will try and be more aggressive downfield. You saw some of it with J.J. McCarthy to Andrell Anthony or Dalen Baldwin multiple times for touchdowns that we didn't see as much with Cade McNamara. But I think no matter who the quarterback is, Michigan will have a more aggressive downfield passing game. But as far as Josh Gattis, look, Josh Gattis is a bum. All right, end of story. He may or may not have been having an affair with the recruit's mom. I saw somebody comment that. We deleted that comment because it's just uncalled for and unacceptable. But he's down in Miami. He took a step back in his career. He got under consideration for multiple head coaching jobs, didn't get him. I don't even know why he was under consideration for him. He underperformed in his 3 seasons at Michigan, and if Michigan would have made him the head coach, what a disaster that would have been. But I think Josh Gattis came here. He didn't deliver on what he was promised for 3 seasons. He underperformed big time in 2019, 2020, whatever. And last year, we all knew that wasn't really his offense. So I want to ask you guys, grade Josh Gattis' 3 seasons as Michigan's offensive coordinator. You can put pluses, you can put minuses, but make sure you put a letter grade down in the comments. A, B, C, D, or F. For me, though, I'm going to give Josh Gattis a C or C-, right? You can't be too mad at the guy or blame him for only negative things, because Michigan did beat Ohio State, scored 42 points against Ohio State, scored 42 points in the Big Ten championship game, won big road games in 2021 with him, with a first-year starting quarterback and rotating in QBs in 2021. But the 2019 offense was as loaded as Michigan had had in a number of years, right? With Shea Patterson, Tariq Black, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Nico Collins. You had the best running back in the Pac-12 right now currently was a freshman on that team, the starting running back, Zach Charbonnet. You had Chris Evans on that offense. You had 5 offensive linemen starting that got drafted in the subsequent 2 drafts. And that offense was an absolute disaster outside of 2 or 3 games. A lot of it based on the speed and space mantra. So I'm going to give him a C, C-. Had 2020 not happened, 2021 not happened, it would have been like a D or a D-. So that is my grade on Gattis. All right, here's the question. That's a wild question. The producers threw it in there. We were reviewing the show. I'm like, we can't answer that, but they said we have to, so I guess we have to. This is a game you play. Is this like a game you play with your friends, or what is it? Fuck, marry, kill, or they bleeped out the fuck part of it, but I guess I'm okay to swear. We're on Rumble, right? So we can say it. It'll probably be bleeped out on YouTube. Fuck, marry, kill. Sam Webb, right? We all know Scam Webb, Sloppy Sam. Dave Abloff, Michigan's head of media relations. Everybody knows I got a love-hate relationship with Michigan. When things are going good, getting all the love. When things are going bad, it's like the movie 1984. It's like North Korea. The only people who, if you don't say something nice about the administration, right, the football program, the athletic department, you're the worst person ever. They're going to try and ruin your life. So that's Dave Abloff, right, head of media relations for Michigan, or Ohio State coach Ryan Day, right. And I think it's Jimmy Screws is probably saying, look, these are the three guys, James. These are your three worst enemies in the world. So it's just a question. So I'm going to think about this for 1 second. I'll give you an answer. Fuck, marry, kill, Sam Webb, Michigan head of media relations Dave Abloff, Ohio State head coach Ryan Day. Marsh, got any advice for me on those three? Producer Marsh? He says it's rough. Producer Marsh, it's rough. Okay, I'm going to start with the fuck, all right? I don't want to kill Sam Webb because, he's got kids. He's a family man, I'm sure. And, he tries his best. But if you've seen him, right, in real life, I'm not going to fat shame here, but he's got this big old belly. I would fuck that belly, right? Okay, that's what I would do. Okay, I told you, it's going to get vulgar. They asked the question, I got to answer it, guys, right? So don't say, James, you're being vulgar on the show. I warned you earlier. I would take Sam Webb's big gut, and that's the fuck part, right? But I wouldn't call him back. It'd be a one-night stand. I would say Ryan Day I would marry. Why? Opposites attract, right? Ryan, I'm an honorable gentleman. Just a good old boy. Ryan Day, kind of a scumbag, cheating coach, Ohio State, Michigan, all that stuff. So marry Ryan Day. Maybe our opposite personalities, opposite lifestyle choices could make a good marriage in this, fuck, marry, kill perspective. And then I kill Dave Abloff because he just runs the worst media relations department of all major college football. So fuck Sam Webb's belly. Marry Ryan Day, and then I would kill Dave Abloff. Me and Ryan Day would have one of those Michigan-Ohio State flags, a house divided in the house. All right, I hope YouTube didn't kick us off for that one. They might have, but, if Jimmy Screws asked the questions, I got to answer it. I make promises. I got to live by them. And I'm sure some of you guys were entertained by that little question to wrap up today's show. By the way, if you see the comments beneath me, if it says less than 1,000, give me 10 comments. Give me 20 comments. Type Go Blue. Tell me your top 5 moments of Michigan football of the last of your lifetime. Say Ohio State sucks. Type Bosa. Or, hey, how about this? Webb, Day, Abloff, who would you fuck, marry, kill? You can answer the question there as well. Comment. Let's get to 1,000 comments. We'll keep the train rolling all summer long. 20 videos in June, July, and August. We'll be back probably not till Thursday. So until I see you then, Go Blue.